So it's a constant. It's a constant. You have to be putting the hours in. You have to be doing the work.
The narrative is you have to step up to the level. That's what the narrative is.
Yeah.
A woman doesn't have to step up to any level. She's already come correct in her eyes. She's already come at the level. But we have to carry on improving, carry on doing what we're doing until we're at the stage where we're accepted as real men, let's say.
Because if you think about a quick one, if this analogy, if you said to how easy do you think it is a woman to tell their man that they've gained weight than it is for a man to tell their woman, you've gained weight, you need to go into the gym? A lot of guys are going to be thinking that, and they're going to be like, Jesus, I've got to be careful with how I say this. Yeah, but I think a lot of women will be easy, just like, yeah, you're gaining weight, you're getting too big, you need to go to the gym, not thinking about how that makes
I honestly
guy
think,
feel about it.
in general, I think I said before, I think men in general are scared of telling women the truth. And that's because of how it comes across. Yeah. It comes across as rude, it comes across as disrespectful, but it's not at the end of the day. Don't you have a right? If your woman was overweight, I think as a man, you do have a right. You didn't marry her that way. You do have maybe you shouldn't say, woman, you need to get in the gym tomorrow. Yeah. But you can say it in a way that kind of suggests, all right, maybe you should be looking at that and not have to suffer in silence. Why?
But you're going to be thinking, I need to do this correct. You're going to think, you're not going to just flirt.
Delivery has to be there as well.
Well, I think that women don't have to have that delivery with us. They can just say, you're overweight, get in the gym, look at indirects, oh, I like this guy on the TV.
Yeah,
just like,
his body looks nice.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But we laugh about it, but these are the things that we need to understand. Men have got feelings. It might sound soppy, but we have. So when you say something like that, and I'm not don't get me wrong, I'm not condoning a man going and stepping out on his missus, but if he really feels like you've scarred him, and then he might have another woman who shows some interest in him, in his head he's thinking, oh, she thinks I'm fat. She's not attracted to me. She's not, she has no interest in me no more. So I might show attention to this woman that might be showing attention to me. Like, sometimes the things that come out of women's mouth, they need to understand, because we're meant to be hard and nothing affects us, it doesn't mean that's how it goes. So there still needs to be a filter on how you deliver things to us.
Yeah.
Delivery. Couldn't agree more.
I just think that even those like love languages, you see those love languages things that most people think they're just for women. But then a lot of those things are for men. Though some men, if they've done the love languages, their love language would be words of affirmation or be receiving gifts. And it might come across to certain people as like, oh, why does this guy want words of affirmation? Because some people like to be motivated, they like to feel confident, and they get that confidence through the people that love them. And I think women need to start, understanding some of those subtle aspects of being a man, because there is a lot of pressure to being a man and being in a relationship and holding it down as a man. So if I'm holding it down as a man and you're happy, you need to be receptive of that and understand, am I all right doing that? How's it going? Conducting yourself as the leader of the household, in a sense, however you want to say.
This is the thing. We live in a world day to day where we all want recognition, whether that's likes, whether that's comments on our thing, whether that's us getting a raise at work, or whether that's us getting, our manager saying, good job. We all thrive off that. You can't walk into a workplace, or your boss can't expect you to walk into the workplace and say, you know what, that's what you're paid to do. So you get on with your job and it doesn't matter. You just need to do it. And there's no kind of motivation. There's no kind of schemes in place to motivate people. People need motivating. And if you're not motivated in a relationship, then you're just going to feel like, what am I doing all this for? It's not being recognized.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. It comes to the attention that gets shown. I think you do spend a lot of time showing attention, trying your best, putting your best foot forward in the early stages, right? It's got to carry on all the way through, because if you think about it, if the goal is to find your life partner, there's a few obvious things there, right? You get older, kids sometimes get into the mix. Tragedies, some tragedies might happen along the way as well. You still need to keep things spicy, I suppose. You know, you still want to keep that attention, attractiveness. It's not just to do with looks. It's about how you treat one another. It's about how you talk to one another. That still has to be there, and it may not be there in abundance. And I think when you think about it, you talk about being motivated. I think sometimes that slips off. It does slip off with the strains of like everyday life. Sometimes, the day to day. But it's got to be there a little bit.
Stuart, what you're saying is spot on. And the way I think, the analogy that I would put, if I was to say to all of us, all right, let's go gym for the next 60 days, every day, right? And we're going to do this workout. At the end of that 60 days, we're all going to say, rah, we're X% fitter, right? And I say, we're not going to do nothing for the next 100 days after that. What's going to happen to that fitness? Right? It's gone. Maybe not completely, but it will erode. And a relationship is just like fitness, right? Just because you think that you've been 10 hours in the gym last week, that doesn't mean that if I miss the next 10 hours that I'm at the same point. No, I'm not. I've eroded. So it's a constant. You have to be putting the hours in. You have to be doing the work. And it shouldn't be a chore, because you should be doing this for somebody because you love them and they love you. And what you're doing, you get what we're talking about, is it being reciprocated back to us, right? If I give out, not that I'm doing it to get it back, but if I get something back, that encourages me to give out more, right? But it is a constant thing you have to do, taking all the hurdles in life, right? All the hardships. And if you're going to go through life, of course, you're going to have hardships, right? But that's why we define this person as your life partner, because they're your soldier beside you when you're in the trenches, right? Remember, it's always easy for people to be beside you when you're flying high. That's easy. That's easy. Everybody will love you. It's when you hit the ditch, right? Then you look around you, you see, is this person really my life partner? And that's when we see the intangibles. That's when we see, my God, look, they're there. Sometimes the reason we're walking in the ditch is not because we're walking, because they're carrying us. They're carrying us metaphorically. But the effort, you have to view a relationship like physically being fit. Like, we can all understand that to keep fit, you've got to keep it on. You've got to keep on doing it, right? It's the same thing.
Do you think it's hard for people to see relationships in that way? And that's maybe why some people struggle, because you can't actually predict the future. You can't touch it. You can't touch what a successful relationship looks like. You can't, you can go to the gym. Guarantee, if you go to the gym for 60 days and you eat well, you're going to see a change in your body. If you go to uni and study for 4 years, you're going to get, and you put your head down, you're going to get a degree. But in a relationship, it's like, there's so many things you have to do, but you don't know what the payoff's going to be like. So if I haven't got someone to maybe look up to, like you, Unks, and maybe say, you know what, that's the pinnacle there. I know what a successful relationship looks like. And some people look at it like, how's that going to pay off? How's that going to do me any good? And we become quite selfish in relationships and think, we just want to get what we want to get out of it.
Right. I mean, that is a great question to ask, right? And there isn't a blueprint that says, if you definitely do this, the result is this, right? There isn't a blueprint, right? There's nothing that is going to say 100% certainty. But that, not that I'm copying that from an answer, that's life. There is none of us are assured for tomorrow. None of us are assured anything that, that if I go to university and I work hard and I get a great degree, that I'm going to get a great job. I'm going to get a job that fulfills me. There is no certainty. And so it's just another step in life. If you can't, if you're looking for certainty, the only thing that's certain, you go dead. That's certain, right? Yeah. Everything else is a matter of playing the odds, doing the statistics. If I know what makes me happy, if I know and accept that I need to be with somebody, and I know and accept I need to be with somebody like A, B, C, D, E, F, and I also have to accept, in order to, because this is a living being, it's not an innate object, I have to give something out to that person. And in doing so, I'm going to get something back. All I'm doing is, if I'm being, a formula, I am increasing my chances of having a happy relationship. I'm increasing my chances of having a fulfilling life, right? But part of that is that me having to accept and identify what is it I want? What do I want? Which goes back to the question of our discussion, right? What do men really want?